Ready right now. Hey y'all, hey, it's Tracy time. Time for another moment with me, Tracy T, live at lunch. I am here with the amazing, phenomenal, outstanding, delightful Angela H. Brown. Angela, how are you doing today?
Fabulous, fabulous. Even in the rain, I'm fabulous.
That's right. Every day amazing and always fabulous, even in the rain. Angela, if you saw, has first of all, she looks amazing, but she is amazing and fabulous. And she provides a bio. So I'm going to read your bio and then we're just going to get right in, okay?
Okay.
Blake Brown is the owner of Deserve Professional Hair Care in Memphis, Tennessee. Angela created Deserve after the vision was given to her from God. On her journey to success, she became inspired to develop and manufacture her own professional hair care line after 30 years in the hair care industry. Her passion for clients to have not only healthy hair, but hair that is not stagnant, that will continue to grow. Angela believes that everyone deserves healthy hair that is long lasting, not just healthy hair, but healthy, long lasting hair. And with this belief, she was determined to find the precise formulation to prove the world that she can have dependable and quality hair care products with the small steps, but big results. I love that. I love that. In 2009, Angela published her book, How to Get the Healthy Hair, How to Get the Healthy Back in Your Hair. I love that because a lot of people have hair, but it's not healthy. That's my ad lib, y'all. You know how I do it. As a result of publishing her book, she became a motivational speaker, which I love, sister, and a mentor in the hair care and beauty industries. She has appeared and spoken in television shows locally and radio shows. She captures her audience with her many talents. Angela will never give up on her dreams. That now is what she's walking into. Her struggle in the beauty industry wasn't easy, but she remains in the hair game, determined to build an empire. Gosh, that's so good. Not only does she have her hairline, but in 2017 will be launched her products that include waterproof shampoo cape, which I personally own. I have one of those.
Okay.
Smock, aprons, and much more. Angela H. Brown has also crossed over to the food industry after losing 70 pounds, not one, not two, not 10, 70 pounds, y'all, and is writing a tell-all book on how she lost weight. She was a borderline diabetic and chose to fight her way to size 14 to a size fabulous 6, sexy size 6. Loving the foods she used to hate and living a diabetic stress life was born. Can you say not one, but two books? Y'all following me here now, okay. Never getting too comfortable, she started her catering company, Deserve Healthy Foods Catering. And she now wants to manufacture foods in her top-selling healthy pizzas, which are delicious, and place them in a food retail chain. Angela's first book was heartfelt as a domestic survivor. That's book number 3, if you're keeping up with me. It's more better the second time around. She believes that her success is her revenge. Yes, Black girl magic, Black girls rock. There is much more, but in the meantime, Deserve Hair Care will introduce the nationwide and beauty. It is introduced to nationwide beauty outlets and stores, and it is simply because you deserve it. Angela H. Brown, welcome again to Live at Lunch with me. How are you? That's a lot. That is wonderfully a lot.
Yep, and it's add-on since then. I've opened up a consulting company to help people develop their own brand and products. So I don't sleep. But it's all for a God-given purpose.
That's right.
It is definitely to allow people to what I know I love to give back, to help others, not just flaunt what I do, but to help someone who doesn't have any clues. So
right.
I'm the first guinea pig in my family, and to jump out there. And now I am in a position through trials, tribulations, through even when you don't see nothing happening, I can help them, because doing a business, it's a behavior change, it's an attitude change, it's a faith walk. If you're not religious, you will be if you want to get your product, so
that's right. That's right.
Believe in something, so yeah. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure and honor for you taking time out, because like you, there's plenty to do in the day, and I recognize that, and I want to honor the time because there is a lot, and you have so many fantastic experiences and some not so fantastic experiences that have helped develop you, build you, prune you, if you will, so that you are really allowing yourself to be steered in the direction that you think is your divine purpose. And so often people allow themselves to get confused about what it is they want to do and what it is that God has planned for them to do, and knowing. How did you make the distinction, Angela?
One thing is, when you're doing something in Jeremiah 29:11, the plans that he has for you, uh, God just keep nudging you. He will not let you have a break. He aligns it up for you. He puts it in your dreams, your thoughts, and no matter where you are during the day, at night, you can't shake it. And you can't shake it, and you're just telling yourself, um, hmm, um, why why can't I forget this? I'm not even thinking this. I started out behind the chair, and I'm like, okay, that's how I wanted to retire. So how do you get here? And it's because I remember crying one day on my footstool, and while I was crying, doing someone's hair, I had said, I just don't see myself. I want to be a millionaire. That's in, and I could see that, but and that was like a shallow situation, because you have to have purpose in everything that you're doing, and then in that purpose, you are in that purpose, just realizing that it's not about you. See, nothing that you do is just about you. That's the selfish thing. And what it is to help someone else, to build that kingdom up. To I don't even call myself the owner anymore. I call myself the manager, because God is the owner. And because and Tracy, it takes the worry out of you, because as a manager, I don't have to worry about paying for my manufacturers. I don't have to worry about bills. I don't have to worry about mortgages. I don't have to worry about those things. I just go to my daddy and tell him what I need, and then I have to be patient to wait. But it takes the worry off of me. Just being just being a manager. So if you learn how to manage instead of trying to be the owner. As the owner, you're going to keep messing up. You don't have the funding, you don't have the resources, you don't have the connections, but the owner got everything.
That
So
is
all you
powerful.
is go to that owner, and which my owner is God, and say, hey, I've had I have had a relief, and I'm reading this wonderful book, and I'm pretty much done with it. But he gave me a different perspective with scriptures, and I am no longer the owner. And ever since I released myself, it it has been fabulous. Doors have opened. I just signed a contract. Well, someone signed a contract now in Florida to distribute my products, and then we have someone in Chicago now that was doing COVID-19, and so it's we have Nashville, and so uh, it's just been a lot of doors that are opening, but when I try, I fail. I
Mm-hmm.
fail. So
Mm-hmm.
I want people to really get that. Stop trying to be the owner. I. Manage it.
That is profound. That alone, I know that you said you're going to open a consulting or have opened a consultancy service. I want to talk a little bit more about that. But if you are including that alone, Angela, phenomenal sage words that is. Because oftentimes, especially in the midst of what we know, we now see a surge of of people of color, but especially women of color, who feel disenfranchised in a more corporate setting, who are realizing that for the talents and gifts that they have, they can utilize those and apply them in a position much more effectively and much more lucratively to not only serve their community, but to serve the kingdom. And that if they really literally shift their energy and just the perspective that you offered now from it's me and I have to do this to what am I supposed to do and surrender that, they'll be much better off. That alone, that's like the 101 in your consultancy, right? That is amazing. So tell me more about how this consultancy capacity in the portfolio of services that you offer now came to be.
Well, my educator, Anita Matthews, she kept saying, Angela, you love to invent products. You love to consult people and help people. I started years ago helping people start their businesses. I would just, clients would sit in the chair, even writing their books. And she says, stop giving it away for free. I mean, you have already sown the seed. It's time for you to harvest, gotta come. So I helped my spring girl, Tracy, and she now probably next year or later this year, that product will hit the market. I didn't charge anything. I just did it out of love. So after that, I realized that there was value. And so to what I do. And now I have my second customer. And so the first customer I have that is already launched. So I have my second customer, and we will be in Dyersburg on Monday because we're going to be a manufacturer. And I have been able to help her to come out with a healthy way of doing a quick weed, and that is called Ready in 5. So I started out with an agenda, on a plan of action. I know exactly how to get the product out, but I can't tell you because God gives these gifts to me, and I pray on it and I marinate it. When I have nothing, I have nothing. I will build your prototype. I will help you any kind of way that I can, but I do send a contract out. There are limits. And when you're in business, rely on contracting out because there are limits to your talent. Don't be a messy consultant who's trying to do stuff. Be a consultant who is willing to spread that money out. I'm not the patent attorney. I'm not the website builder. I do contract out. So that's what I'm up against. And then I have someone else who wants to do a beard brand. And when they sign their contract, then we'll get him in Nashville situated, and he really wants this thing. So I'm just adding on, and I really feel like, Tracy, that's the way I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire with continuing to build the Deserve brand, but also I love the art of seeing products born. I love to see stuff born. So, but I love to help other people. So we're going to definitely build it, subcontract out, and take small businesses. But what I want to do is eventually be their investor, be at the point where there is no end to it, where I am going to invest in your idea. That way, people who are always told no, 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 which that was me.
Right.
I can be your investor. Now, I'm not going to invest in someone where I'm working harder than you.
Right.
Because I come from crawling through the mud. So it's going to be someone I'm familiar with your burn, that you'd ever let that fire get out. I want a fighter, because it's going to be very handpicked.
That is a fantastic plan. And then okay, you gave me a lot. So let's go to the things that you held up first. Let's talk about tangible products, because you have a phenomenal line of hair care products, and you talk about healthy hair. There are so many people who can benefit from your healthy hair product. Let me give you an example. I personally know people who use the elixir who have had amazing results with the elixir. The elixir, how did you get to develop the elixir? What about what you were saying with your clients, or what inspired the development and creation of the elixir? Hold it up again too so people can see it. It's amazing.
This is the damage reversal elixir oil, and they call it hair crack. They got all these street names out on this bottle. It does exactly what it says that it's going to do. But what happened was I had a client that had cancer, and she became cancer free, and she lost all her hair. And I just so happened to have made this. I had to hire a chemist. And so I remember, and these were really humble times. I'm talking about humble times where the chemist is in her kitchen while her baby's screaming, and she's mixing all of these components and writing down my numbers. And I'm like, I don't care if this baby hollering or not. I need this stuff mixed. And so I started making this product in my home, and my husband and I would bottle, and I created my own little labels. Everything was humble beginning. And so it got to the point where I realized I won't be able to do hair and mix this product, and that's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So my clients were always kind of like the voice of reasoning. They would say, we need other products. We need for you to start selling it. My customer started selling it. So my customer that had cancer, she used it. The wig, Tracy, that she wore, the hair grew back the same thickness, and we styled it just like the wig.
Wow.
Actual photos of that. And I still did not know my worth. I just was so happy that my customers had a product, and then that's how it began. And then I went to a company. I was referred to a company called Communities Unlimited, and we're still in cahoots together we network together. And wonderful. So Communities Unlimited, I wanted to get $300,000 to get out. I had created other products. It was like 4 products, and it was 6 at first. And they said, well, we'll fund 4. And so, so $300,000 turned into $16,000. They did not give me $300,000. They gave me $16,000. I said, well, and I pitched a fit, and they said to me, leave it on the table or walk away and build your brand, and then come back for more money if you need it. Okay. That's our final decision. And I said, well, if Jesus was able to feed 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, I'm going to make this thing happen. But I had still the wrong attitude. Mm-hmm. And so your brand it builds as fast as you're willing to change as a person. Mm-hmm. And I had the wrong attitude because I was just, it gave me $16,000. I was spending my own money from behind the chair. But this product here just started growing people's edges. It started helping with itching, eczema, psoriasis, growing men's beards. I remember my son put it on his beard, his face, and he said, well, if it can grow the hair, it can grow, your beard. Right. So he started using it, grew a thick beard, like he wasn't even gonna make it through customs. He looked far. And so I said, well, this is a great product, but Tracy, no product that we have has outsold this damage reversal elixir. I think this was the God sent product. It was a product I prayed on, and nothing has outsold it.
And it is amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing. Of course, I have some too, but I told the person that's using this, I was like, you need to be a testimony because it is amazing. But one of the things that I love about where you are is that it's not just you have distributors now, right? I don't know if that's the right name that you're giving them that actually have access to sell your product And tell us more about that, because that's how I was able to purchase it. I was like, oh my gosh, I want some of Angela's elixir. I know it's good and you got it. Give it to me.
Yes, we're in 3 stores in Memphis: Essentials Beauty Supply, Tailor Made Beauty Supply, and we're also in C and B Beauty Supply, which was my first beauty supply. Mr. Chris, he's at Park and Get Well. He gave me my first chance, and I begged him to death to take my product. It was consignment at first because he didn't know the brand. And he said, just give me 6 of each. But he said, either I'm going to put your products in the store or I'm going to call the police on you because you're harassing me about this. I called him every day and I said, if you do not put this product in here, you're making a big mistake. And
Right.
I don't want you to die unhappy because you did. And I would just tell him anything off the top of my head.
Right. Right.
And he still now houses all of my products, and he is like my just my top store. It's like he told me one day you're gonna wake up and your life is gonna change. He said, it's never quit, never stop. I see something in you and just stick with it. It's not a time, it's not a date, you're gonna make it. And then I live in Memphis, but I launched it in I did it mainly in Nashville. And we have a distributor, TC distributor, and his name is Theodore Chisholm in the Nolensville area. And so, he's exclusive with Deserve. And then we have educators. We have Adrian Hughes, which is my sister. She's on the sales team, but Adrian actually, she worked at Hair Angel Love. So her and Angie Castor, the owner of Hair Angel Love, they actually sell the product in the salon. And then we now have other people. We have April out in Cordova area. She now, her salon is called Colors. So she now sells a lot of the shampoo and conditioners in the salon. And then we just signed a contract in Florida. We have Annette Waters of Glam Squad Salon. She now does this. She just signed a contract to distribute there. Then we have the Chicago area. I can't talk a lot about that because we allowed her to private label our product, and we have to keep her on. So people, but she she is selling out. So,
Wonderful.
but and that's another entity to my business. People are afraid of private labeling, but it's money in private labeling because you can't sell it all. But for someone else to put your name every time they swipe, boop, boop, every time they whatever, it's a franchise. They have to pay their bill. They have to pay whatever that amount is, and then you get paid. For that's private labeling is definitely. You don't want to private label too much, but you want to saturate a little bit of private label that the time that your company is in a slope, then you see thousands of dollars coming through your account, and you just was sleeping. So that's another area that I do is private label, and that's up under my Icon Enterprise Consulting brand. So, but we're now we have an educator in Florida now. We got one in we have someone in Arkansas that is ready to she's loving the brand. She wants to distribute in Arkansas. So right now I usually don't even say all of this on social media, but under this platform, it's to help someone else. But a lot of times when they see me, I'm just promoting my brand. But again, I is growing. It's growing, and it's I thank God. We just had 4 new products that hit. So on my show, which is Talk Hair to Me on Sundays at 2,
I love it.
We're gonna talk, about it. And then Tracy, I just got someone who is going into the studio now, who's doing a jingle for Deserve. So and her name is Jay Shay, and she sounds like lettucey. And so,
Ooh.
yes, it's all that. And so, but she's going to do a jingle for my show, and I have some plans for her she doesn't know about, because anytime I like something, I like to invest in stuff. So,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I
So
like to,
wonderful.
I see business, so but
Right. Well, one of the things that I love about your spirit and energy, and from the moment I met you, I loved you because you were open and welcoming. And like you said, even what you're sharing here now, you wouldn't ordinarily give that, those trade secrets, so to speak. But what you're really about is making an investment for yourself and for other people's future. And I call that lifting as you climb, because you're not just climbing on your own and saying, whatever you guys do, figure it out. You're saying, here's the course. I have literally cut through and cleared the path, and I want to steer you in the right direction. And so let me be a guide, let me be a beacon or a lighthouse, if you will, for you, so that you can help other people achieve the success that they have been given in their divine purpose, which is wonderful, because you don't often see that. And you're breaking, you're busting, you're blowing up and putting a C4 bomb on the stereotype that Black women do not help each other. And I love that. I'm all about that. And the thing that is wonderful is just the nuggets that you've shared about the resiliency you've had to maintain, the endurance you've had to establish, the stamina that you have to drive, and then the focus that you have and discipline that you must exercise with your business has all been demonstrated in the example of the things you talked about. You couldn't have achieved any of these success that you've had at this point if you literally rested on the laurels of just dreaming and hoping and praying and then not doing anything about it, right? And so you are getting it done because you are getting it done. And then when you see talent, you make the investment in talent. But I want to talk a little bit about the business part of it, because you have multiple businesses. If you were going to give someone, and not including the thing that you're going to have as a consultant, but if you were talking to a young person, especially, right? Because we know that there are so many wonderful, young, talented entrepreneurs or hopeful, wishful entrepreneurs. What would you say to them, Angela, about how to be smart and mindful about this first steps they want to take in becoming an entrepreneur?
the first steps is for them to sit down in a quiet space, meditate and pray first, and know that you have to be your own cheerleader. Be ready to hear no, and be okay with no, because no is a blessing too. Thank God for the no's, because it could
Mhm.
have got me in trouble. I want them to be ready to decompose, and get yourself ready. You got to detoxify yourself. There's no more partying. You can't party. You also can't drink the way that you want to. You have to
Mhm.
be disciplined, and I want them to know to study. When I first got started, I hired people because they were cheap, and I didn't hire people because they were experts.
Mhm.
Experts move you faster. Cheap people stagnate you, and you have to
Mhm.
keep spending the money over and over. So I want them to hire people. This is what you do. If you do paid ads, that's what you do. If you
Mhm.
do business plans, that's what you do. If
Mhm.
you get a website, don't get a website with someone who can just build it. Build that website according to a person who builds websites for hair care professionals or daycare,
Mhm.
whatever you need. Make sure that you're building what you need. This person, and if they're not willing to prove what they can do, they're a fraud and a phony. Also, you need NDAs. Get you non disclosure agreements, work for hire agreements, and
Mhm.
also you need influencer agreements. Because
Mhm.
if you pay someone out on social media, now you need an agreement, because I've been burnt with influencers, and you also need agreements. If someone understands it's not their brand, but those are like the beginning. Get your business plan,
Mhm.
and also be willing to sacrifice shopping, be willing to sacrifice You can't get that new car. Be willing to do that. And also, they need to cut out the dream stealers. Be careful who you tell your stuff to. If you tell your stuff to the wrong person and that person is addicted to failure and is a slick hater, then they gonna tell you. When I first said I wanted to write my first book, people laughed at me. I'm talking about today just looked like they was gonna kneel over. When I said I have a U.S. patent and they with a pillow and they laughed. It never got out on the market, but they laughed. Okay, by the time I got to the second book, they stopped laughing because they said she owned the something. Now, right now, they not laughing. They are cheerleading me because it doesn't make them bad people, but it makes them people who are not dreamers, they don't understand business. You got to not tell your stuff to people who are not potential entrepreneurs or people who don't understand business. I had to be careful behind the chair because I wanted my clients to know everything. And I had one said, I am praying against you because I don't want you to ever stop doing my hair.
Wow.
You've got to be careful who you tell your stuff to. I had customers that one lady said she left me because she said, oh, you moving up, you doing whatever. I had another one said I was sinning because God gave me the talent to do hair, and she was a first lady at a church, and she said you're not going to be blessed with all this other stuff because you need to stick to what you know. And I had in the CPA, and he told me the same thing, and I said to him very slowly, you are so fired. He hated on women who were successful. So you have to be careful about, do not worry about the suits. Anybody who's already a millionaire, guess what? They have to go through the same thing you're going through. Okay? So do not be worried about when a suit try to tear you down, because that suit could see something in you and could be a little bit inferior and a little scared that you're going to come in and wipe out whatever. A suit. I'm in a suit now. But I know good and well some of the people that I consult, they gonna make it, they're gonna go crazy financially. I see it. So I have the power to tell them, you're not gonna make it. I can tell you that. And guess what? I'm not gonna be blessed. But a suit that doesn't live their life by integrity will do that. So I would tell the young people that's doing it, please have integrity. Say what you mean what you say, and do what you say.
Yes.
So those are the things. Integrity. Pray about your God is a perfect planner. He did this. He built the earth in 7 days. He planned it. And he also, the way he built the tabernacle and everything he did, he had specific instructions. So he has instructions for everybody. Ask him. I'm meditating now with meditation, and also I have so many people who are looking for me to invent them and answer to them. Until now, I have to meditate because you're gonna be crazy,
right,
if you don't get in a space of quietness. People say, Andrew, you're more calm now. I used to just be like, out there, and I had to learn how to calm down because I got some people that is up under me that you'll be like, oh, you stupid, or like, you kind of crazy. But I have to realize that they needed to be trained how to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Being an entrepreneur is a training. So you already a millionaire, but you've got to be trained how to stay there. You're already a millionaire, but because Abraham left you, he left you all of this inheritance that you got to get, but you got to tap into it. It's a behavior thing. You can't party. Your friend wants you to party. You can't party. You can't go out to that restaurant because you got to work your business plan. You can't go, my sir, my ma'am. You can't go. So you got to discipline yourself. You can't, excuse me, one glass of wine. You can't have 2 or 3 because you're going to fall asleep do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having
It's good.
right. Yeah. I mean, just it takes a lot, and but the return is on the investment is worth it if you make it right. How does
And
someone
they will.
get connected to you, Angela, if they are interested in your consultancy, if they're interested in getting products, and talk a little bit. I want you, because we talked about the elixir, because I love the elixir, but you have a full line. So let's go over the line, and then how do people get the products?
The full line is we have one called Protected Strand. It's called Magic in the Bottle. And this is the magic in the bottle. And what I love about it, I just did my color yesterday. And without doing this color, my hair probably would have broken off, shed, and fallen out. This is amino plant-based treatment spray that actually stops 80 to 100% of shedding in your hair. It stops it the same day. This product helps, like if you have color, spray it in, apply the color to keep the hair from shedding. I spray it in relaxers. So while I base your scalp, I spray this on the strands and keeps your hair from shedding while you're at the shampoo bowl getting relaxers. So this is a part of our treatment system. And then we have the Smoothie Moisture, which is a new product that actually is great and phenomenal with the Satin Moisture, which the Satin Moisture was first. Is clarifying, but it doesn't take away from your natural moisture, but it also cleanses off the scalp, hair, and up under there to keep fillers from prohibiting your hair from growing. And this is how it's lined up with the treatment, Satin Moisture, and then we have a phenomenal conditioner that has a thickening agent in it, and then it actually silks out the hair, restores that moisture when you can't really get through the hair. It restores the moisture, seals in, and it works as a leave-in, deep-rooted, and co-wash conditioner. Nice. I love this product. And so I actually mix it as treatments and everything. And then we actually have an apple cider vinegar that's phenomenal. The apple cider is great for detoxifying. I love it. I had to detoxify my hair yesterday as well because I needed to get my pH balance down. It helps to seal the cuticles and everything like that. And it helps to restore the hair. And so I love it. And it's a color enhancer. And it also helps to, like, I am almost right at probably 85% all gray. So it actually hides your gray, enhances your gray, and it strengthens your hair. Love it, love it. And then we have one of our new products, which is the just hot off the market, Deserve. It's called the Style and Control. This is our spritz, but it is phenomenal on natural hair, and it will not revert natural hair. So it would allow natural hair, and it's good for like even humidity, the weather. It keeps the hair from swelling and having too much moisture, whether you lose your hair. My hair has been in the moisture, and it's light enough where I still have body and everything. And then we have a glossifier, where we have our glossifier that now I'm sorry for getting up. That's up.
No, that's all right. I put you on the spot because I wanted to make sure we got a chance to see all of the products.
But this is our glossifier. Love this because it's also a good styling tool. I get real dry, Tracy. So this is good for styling. If you're a naturalista, you can spray it at the root area, and it's concentrated, so you don't need a lot. So if you want to just keep your body, you spray up, and it's awesome. This is I got predictions on this right here. I got predictions.
Okay, all right.
Predictions on this. This right here, a beast. But this is our foam wrap. If you are a natural person, or you need a relaxer. Like you can set with this. It has sheen in it. It doesn't glump your hair. I had it in my hair. It doesn't glump. It still put the body in it. It doesn't make your scalp itch. Because I was using a brand. We don't export other brands. I used it for years, but I would notice that when I need a relaxer or whatever, it's concentrated enough where it will pull that hair from the root and allow you to have the true style. I've done body wraps on natural hair and it looked just like a relaxed person. Or if your hair is all curly and natural, it will enhance every curl and it has the moisture in it. I love it's called Perfect Performance because it is a perfect performance. I love that product.
I love it.
I love it. And this is actually our derma roller. This is a fabulous product that we put together, and on our website it says the Deserve Deluxe Fast Regrowth. This together is a perfect marriage because it helps when your hair is thinning or balding, you're having edges, put it on a week, but you make sure that the elixir on first, and then you will roll the derma rollers with 6 strokes, and then you'll go back and do it 2 more times in that spot, and you should see some growth. I tell everybody take pictures because sometimes it goes too fast. And, of course, you would do this twice a day for in any area. I actually have this on my face, and it's very light. I have it on my face, and people grow their lashes, their eyebrows, and things like that.
Nice.
It's the hot sauce. You can put that on.
Yeah. They need to keep that in their bag, swag.
Yeah, it is so fabulous. And
it is.
I have been truly, truly, truly blessed with a hair care line like this. And I don't take it lightly. This is a fabulous line that I wouldn't trade for the world. Because there are $1 billion products out there that are just maintenance. But we have another product that actually I'm getting ready to put it out on the market. I'm in the middle of negotiating with a key ingredient, and that ingredient comes from Africa. And so what it does is it strengthens the hair the same day, but I mix it myself. It detoxifies the hair, it strengthens the hair, it stops the shedding, and it grows the hair if you want mega growth. So I just ordered some more of that key ingredient, but that's what Deserve is all about. We got an edger that has castor oil in it, And
yeah, I'm looking at the comments while you're talking, Angela, so I can see. And you have these comments that are saying amazing and popping and love, 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 Deserve. And Angie Castor literally posted, just use the spritz, love it. So I've just looked away so I could read some of the comments that people were saying about what, and if any of you have questions that are watching for Angela, please go ahead and post them and I'll make sure that I get a chance to ask her while we're still live.
Yeah.
Go ahead though. I wanted to make sure I shared that. That's some virtual love and hugs.
Yes, and I appreciate that because we also do free hair consultations. I do not want people to buy products from me that they do not need. I want them to buy products that they need. And so what I want to do is to be that advocate to guide them, because even though you may have all of these things, but application is key. It's simple, but I learned that people don't read. So I just have a Zoom account. We can Zoom it out, we can talk it out, or you can come to my salon in Carver.
Wonderful.
But I want people to have an understanding. The only way they're going to spread the word, because if they use the elixirs and use it once a month or twice a month, and they say, well, I don't really get that many results, use it just every now and then. So let's do a free hair consultation.
Right.
And let's get you tell me your hair goal, and then let's get you where you need to be.
That is amazing.
And they can go to our website at deservehealthyhair.com. You're just going to spell it ESERVE, deservehealthyhair.com. We just opened up a group page on Facebook I was just
Wonderful.
yes, I was told by my marketing team that you have a group, so and they can also just sign up and just they can do our show. We on our show we have like giveaways and on the giveaways, the reason why I started the giveaways is because I wanted to get people talking, engaging, and saying things about our brand and using the brand, but referring the brand. But I want to also give back. I'm not, God put that in my spirit. I love to give, but I wanted to be in their face with it. And so there are sometimes I will explode myself. I'll put a wig on, and like this week, this upcoming show, when you won't see this, you'll see this some part of the show, but the way that I'm going to appear, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's lost it, because I like to add a little bit of comedy, but I like to get your attention. And we have some special guests. Candace Adams, Kim Bird will be part of the show, and it's just it's showing you that I can humble myself and I can throw some rollers or do whatever or throw a wig that's crazy. I can do whatever.
And how do they connect with you? When is the show, Angela?
The show is actually every Sunday at 2 p.m. You would go to, you can go to YouTube, and then if you go over there, please subscribe. Deserve, DSERV, Healthy Hair, or you can go to our Facebook page at DSERV, Healthy Hair. And if you want to go to my page and you're my friend, I generally will post the link as well over there, as you can go to Angela Hughes. And then there's a lot, but you'll know when it's me, you'll see me. But you can go over there. It's at 2 p.m. every Sunday. We have giveaways, great topics. And also, we want you to talk to us, and I can help you as you're typing in your comments.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and you can go to deservehealthyhair.com and subscribe for our newsletters. My marketing team will send out every week a link as well as a reminder of the show.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah. Well, I put the link on the page, and I will share the links that you have shared here too, so they'll have them as a follow-up also.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
You
have to make sure we share that, that's the whole intention of this platform, is to have awareness and share, uplift, inspire, and hopefully have a call to action for some people, right? And so for today, it's just been a wealth of information. I was intentional, as you know, Angela, for this month, with August being Black Business Month, to make sure that I highlighted and featured Black business. We also know that what's happening at the same time, we're in the election season, and we want to make sure that we have our voices heard, not only with business, but also with ballots. And so I've been really putting forth a concerted effort to ensure that each person that comes on does a pinky swear with me that they'll get at least 5 people to agree to go and vote. So my pinky swear to you is that I'm going to ask 5 people to make sure that they vote. And I'm asking people to go early vote, okay? But I want you to do a pinky swear with me that you'll ask 5 people to go and vote. And so thank you for honoring my pinky swear. But I'm telling you that they are, yeah, right. You're like, I'm doing a 10-finger swear. I have just the most amazing amount of respect for you. And as a woman, a fellow woman of color, I am doggone proud, Angela, doggone proud, because you are a living, breathing, touchable example, right, of someone who had to crawl through the mud, as you said, who had to be humble, who had to make the sacrifices, but who through that listened to the voice of God, yielded and surrendered yourself to his will, and allowed yourself to literally grow and go in the direction that he had already made for you. And the success that you've achieved, you learn those lessons, and then you're reaching back and saying, come on, go with me. Let me take you to the place that will get you to not just the start block, because a lot of people will get you to the starting block, right? But let me not just get you to the starting block so you're not on your mark, but you're saying get on your mark and then get set and then go. And that is important for us. It's important for us as a part of the community of Black people, as a community of business owners, to ensure that we make the investment and the education of it. And I love that you've included a consultancy component to your portfolio of services, because now you have every aspect of it covered. And I'm just grateful to know you. I'm grateful to have had this time with you. And I am just delighted and excited to see what's next. It's like you have all these things and you still have so much energy. And so the opportunity cost, if that's the word, that's the term, that if you are looking to be successful in something, and if you are looking to have a finish line and on the mark and you're ready and you're set, you have to make sacrifices with those things that Angela talked about. You're not going to be able to party. You're not going to be able to have 3 glasses of wine. You're going to have to make sure that you are maintaining some type of healthy lifestyle in terms of the choices that you're making, so you have the energy and the stamina to do what it is that you have in front of you to do. You're not going to be able to sleep in. There is no such thing as a day off anymore. I did a post the other day, that I share pretty regularly. The Friday and Saturday and Sunday are work days. If you are a business owner, there is no weekend that is off. You are always on, okay? Am I right? Can I get an amen, Angela?
Amen and amen. And let me add this in.
Sure.
Have a balance. If you are married, you need to God, family, and business. Put it in that order. And if you do have a family, in some type of way, involve them in your business. I'm talking about in the household. Honey, fill that bottle. Son, do this. They feel like a part of it. If you don't involve them, your business is like the side chick. It's like you're cheating. So if you involve them just a little bit, so they feel, my people come to the trade shows with me. They're involved. So
that's good.
Just involve them a little bit. Yeah.
That's good. That's very good. And you don't want, if anybody has ever in their life,
not when you come home,
yeah, that's really good. Put that, if you don't already have that in your list of things, Angela, add that, because that's good. That's good. A lot of people will dedicate so much time, and they will have their family members feeling like they're cheating on them with their business, and they're neglecting and feel neglected. Even if they don't neglect them, their family members or loved ones or partners will feel neglected, and it's if they're not prioritizing things. So that's really good. Another sage piece of advice. I can talk to you all day, but I know I can't.
Yeah, you got to make it work. And if you're not married, make sure, let me tell you, if you're not married, interview the person a little bit to make sure. I don't mean just put them on the spot, but put them on the spot. Make sure that they are flexible enough as you are growing. Now, if they don't want to grow and you cool with that, that's on you. But if they're willing to, make sure that that man or woman has something inside of them where they will not become jealous, or they will not become insecure. Just see how they feel about certain things, because people, when they don't feel like you're just directly talking to them, they will tell you how they feel. So make sure, if your job or your career is to move out of town, ask them, how you feel? I mean, how you feel when you leave? And some people tell you, I ain't gonna leave my mama. Hey, that's not the one, because you want to be in Dubai somewhere, in Africa. You want to travel, and you are flexible. Maybe your job has to move somewhere to the Middle East. You got to go somewhere. So you just got to make sure, because the person that you have planted soil and seeds with, if they're not all in, and make sure that they are not, when it comes to money, greedy, because I sacrifice and I have to do what I have to do. Now, if my husband want to keep dipping in the pot and I need to order products, I'm with the wrong man. He's, oh, we got that much? Oh, that's for this or that's for that. Make sure that you're talking to people that, and you want to spend that life with, that they got your front, they got your back, my husband talks about my product. He took some of these elixirs and he was selling them on his job. You know, every time I run into a woman that he knows, they, girl, I need that product. Your husband talking about that product. That lets me know, guess what? He don't have to sign a prenup because he all in. He all in. And he invested in me as a boyfriend. As a boyfriend. He invested. Now, if you have somebody who say, I'm not going to invest in you because I need to get a new car. Guess what? The whole picture, or she does it. Because if you're going to go buy a Corvette, when I can write that Corvette check $75,000 cash, and we can't sacrifice, you got to make sure you're with the right person.
That's right. That's good. That's good.
Right person.
I want you to repeat, because you mentioned prenup and it took me to contracts, because that's one piece of business that so many people miss. I remember forever ago, I had a person that had to be hired for service for my father. And I said, we're going to, I want you to execute this contract. And she was appalled. She was just like, I cannot believe you're asking me to do a contract. And I said, well, this is business. This is business. So review again, tell them that they need, just say it one more time, Angela, about the contracts that people need to secure so that they hear it from you, who is an expert and who is a veteran and a seasoned professional in this business and hair business, whatever business you're in, this is applicable to you. So listen to this. All right.
Yes. Contracts secure both parties to make you relax and work according to what you agreed upon. If you do not make them sign a contract, trust will not be in place. The contract allows you to trust that it doesn't matter what this person does. I have a contract. So when they're signing a contract, be patient with it. Like I had someone that signed a contract, and I used to be in hurry up lane. Let them take it to their attorneys. Let them read the contract. Be willing to listen to them. If something that they do not agree with, make sure, or you need to explain it better. Make sure that you study your contract. Like I sent out a contract, but I had to revise the contract because if you carry my brand, I needed to make sure that it is exclusively, you will not be having anything else in your bags that is similar to Deserve. So I have to make sure that's in the contract. Also be willing to hire an attorney that where every time you have a contract, but you need to hire an attorney that is familiar with contracts and trademarks, copyrights, and things like that. I have an attorney in Florida that's what they specialize in, hair care lines, brands, and things like that. So secure the contract because it will put you at peace at night instead of when that person decides to change or things or something's going wrong. I have a distributor now. I say, hey, I got 2 weeks before that you're under contract. I got 2 weeks before I can ship that product because I may have to call my manufacturers. That's even longer. Sometimes they give me a month. If you're ordering something, the manufacturers, East Coast, West Coast, and everything, I have to make sure that my manufacturers are able to give you your product. So securing a contract is when someone calls you and they're talking crazy. You like, did you go back and read your contract? You read your contract? It makes you just, and then you don't have to say anything. You email it. So if you don't know how to talk to people, do a lot of emailing until you understand how to talk to an adult that you're doing business with. And I would add on, I was in a position where someone was just really riding me a little bit, and it was a lot of money involved. But I wanted to just, here, baby, take your money. I was just, that is the old me. But what I did, I prayed on it and I did this. I woo-saw. And I just went to a space. And and I'm gonna be honest with you, there were some things that was true in the arguments. be willing to be accountable for what you know is true. It was some truth up in there somewhere. And it made me change. And I changed in less than 24 hours because where me and this person is now, we're in a good space. But if I had have had an attitude, I would have, and everything that they were saying, I was going to through the contract, and I was doing what I needed to do. It was my manufacturers. And there was some that I needed to follow up on. I need to, and then when you have manufacturers, you all understand you want to build a relationship with your manufacturer where they respect you and they want to win. Get manufacturers that want to see you win. If you get a manufacturer that's saying, well, you don't place $100,000 worth of orders, your little 5,000, your little 10,000, your little 20 or 50,000, we're not going to fill your orders. We're going to do the 100,000 and 300,000 and $1 million orders over your orders. Make sure a manufacturer respects you at 1 bottle to $1 million a bottle.
That's right. That's good. That's good. Talk about non-disclosure agreement.
The non-disclosure agreement is phenomenal because before you give anybody your idea, and I preach this, it's gospel for me. Make them sign an agreement, and then depending on what you have, make them also sign an add-on clause. An add-on clause gives you an extra 6 years. So that means that if they're willing, if they don't have any intentions on, and make sure that the non-disclosure is signifying exactly what you want them to do. You can take one basic NDA and tweak it to what the situation is. But you want to make sure, and also get an account with DocuSign. I've recently gotten an account with DocuSign. It makes you look way more professional. You can sign and have a signature, a custom signature, and then with DocuSign, each area you can point out valid things that you want them to understand. And DocuSign starts out free with a 33-day trial, but it gives you a more professional look. So now I'm with DocuSign, and then when everyone has signed, they will notify you and let you know, hey, they have just signed your document. And so the NDA just gives you clarity. It gives you control that this person has no idea. I remember I tried to get a $1 billion company to sign an NDA, and they said no. They said no. And then when you went and I did more research, they were known for stealing ideas. They were known for stealing ideas. So get a NDA signed. And when there is anybody, because I'm dealing with a $1 billion company right now who do not want to sign a non-disclosure. Now I need something in that company and I'm going to get it. And I'm going to get it for my client. But they really don't need to sign because I still haven't told them what it is. I just need one thing from you, so they don't really need it because they don't know what you have. They don't know what you have. So if you all can do business without saying what I have, if you want this elixir from me, well, you got to sign with me. But if you want, if they want some, if they're giving you something like, I have a key ingredient from Africa, but they didn't need to sign anything because they don't know what I'm doing. Right. They don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. So, but a non-disclosure, and let me tell you something about that non-disclosure. Don't you send them 5 or 6 pages or 4 pages. They're not gonna read that mess. Send them 1 to 2 sheets of paper. Do not send them 4 to 5 to 6. They know you've been surfing on the darn internet somewhere and you don't copy that because people's attention span is not going to be that long. So I'm just saying, give them something that they can just read, sign. I'm going to a manufacturer Monday. He signed that non-disclosure. He had only 2 sheets of paper,
Mm-hmm.
two copies, and most of the other one was initialing, dates, and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's my
Fantastic. What a
people not supposed to
wealth.
do it. Yeah, yeah.
You have just, I feel like we need to have people send you money for this, because this hasn't been a visit. This has been a doggone lesson.
I'll be blessed for it. I just want them to win. And what I do is I am qualified to do what I do. And I have learned a whole lot. And I graduated from Angela's University. So I learned a lot because Tracy, I'm not just doing this. I love it.
That's right.
You know, I love it. I know I'm in the right element. I know
Mm-hmm.
uh, when I do it, is passion behind it. I love
Mm-hmm.
the underdog. I like to see the person win, and I
Mm-hmm.
love it. My client now, she's in Alabama. She's very prayed up, but she also, I said, "How did you find me? How did you know I would help you?" She said, "God told me to go to this website. I dialed the web. I found you, and He told me you would help me. He put in my
Wow.
heart that you would
That
help me."
that
I
is
didn't.
amazing.
I
That is
didn't.
amazing.
Yeah, I hear stories all day long. Like I've learned one thing I have learned being in business. I don't waste my time with people. Like I may go into a business or whatever, and people, how you get started with this? I want to do something,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't really want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
They want to, they want it in one day.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to sacrifice. So
Mm-hmm.
just because I walk in your salon and I bring you a product, honey, I sleep with laptops in my lap. I sleep with laptops. I wake up to emails. I wake up to shipping. I'm talking to people all day long. I'm doing this. As soon as I get through with this, it goes like this.
That's right.
It don't stop with me. So if you're not ready to sacrifice, if you're not ready to be business, and then also don't forget your paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that you gotta do inventory. You gotta be in QuickBooks, and
Mm-hmm.
you got to have a paper trail. Even during
Mm-hmm.
this COVID-19, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have been able to get money or funding or grants or whatever without a paper trail.
That's
File
right.
your taxes. When you file your taxes, it links a paper trail. Try to clean up your credit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and also, if your credit is cleaned up, get you like a business credit card, get you a line of credit. I milked a lot of my money because I didn't have good credit. My credit had fallen, and now my credit score has shot back up. I see a
Mm-hmm.
difference because I changed. Um, I fell on hard times one time,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to
Mm-hmm.
be okay with hard times because they are good lessons. And
Mm-hmm.
but I'm telling you about them hard times. It makes me fight.
Mm-hmm.
During COVID-19, I dropped to my knees, spread my arms out. Lord, what you want me to do? And when I tell you, I made more money in COVID-19. I created an affiliate program, and I pay salon professionals to to speak about the product. And then when
Mm-hmm.
they made sales, I just kept cash apping them over. I paid whomever, give me your 4-digit number. I got connection. I had got a new distributor. As things started coming
Mm-hmm.
during COVID-19 because it was like either sink or swim. And I said on my Instagram page, I may not know how to swim, but I won't drown. I won't drown. So I may not know how to swim, but I won't drown. So you got to know that you know what you know, what you know, even in the
Mm-hmm.
no's, even in the silence, even when God is not directing you. You just know that if in the silence, that means you need to regroup. That
Mm-hmm.
means you need to stop doing a bunch of stuff and you're not doing quality. You're not doing quality, you're doing quantity. So I
Mm-hmm.
train the people and on my consultant brand because I have one of my people, she does a bunch of nothing. And I said,
Mm.
I said, hold up. I need you to stop doing all that. Well, I get bored. I said, well, you're wasting money. You're wasting time. I said, go spend time with your family, because when I tell you the green light is on, we got to run. Now we
Right.
in the Casberg. Now we going to manufacturers.
Right.
Now we're finding this just closure. Now we getting ready to roll. I said, I told you to spend time with your family, because when I call you,
Right.
we got to go. I
Right.
said, so now they won't be like, you didn't spend time with me. I'm doing more crazy stuff out there. And spend time with your family. Spend time, do what you got to do, because when I call you, I am a no nonsense person when I'm ready for you to roll. I'm all in. But when I see you ain't all in, I got a problem with that.
Right. That's right.
And I'm not going to fuss long, because I'm going to just do me. And when you're ready, I'm ready. So.
Right. That's right. And when I tell you, you have been all in with this, with me, with Live at Lunch, you have poured out and poured in and shared just a full wealth of information from a perspective that only you can provide. Like you said, you are the expert of this, you are the expert in this, and you have done the time to be able to serve what we deserve.
Wow. Yeah.
And your line is amazing. You are amazing, every day amazing. And I'm just so grateful that you took time to be with us today. I mean, what a wonderful gift. As I said, I'm going to share all the links that you have, but I want you to do a verbal review. DeserveHairCareProducts.com is right. You have a consulting firm or consulting services that are also available. Is that under Deserve, or is there a separate website just for that?
If you go under deservehealthyhair.com, then you can ask for a consultation. And then you can choose if you want to be a distributor, whatever you want to choose under that consultation.
It'll let you. Okay.
It will send me out a notification, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. DeserveHealthyHair.com. Angela has her own personal, so if you're friends with her, it's Angela Hughes, if you're friends with her. Now, don't y'all go start asking her to be friends. Don't do that. I'm just telling them, from me to you, don't do that. You got almost 90 minutes with Angela today. So what you want to do, if you want more Angela time, is connect with her on YouTube on Sundays at 2 p.m. Central. And then she's also going to have that information on her Instagram account, and she has a new Facebook business page. So you can be a part of that group, and she is fully connected, fully accessible through those avenues. I will post and share those with you as well. Angela, in closing, is there anything you like to share just so we can get this wrapped up? Because I know you got a next now that you got to go get taken care of.
I have next now. I think we said it all. I just want people to know who they are. I want them to know their royalty, and it doesn't matter where you come from. I came from a family who was not wealthy at all, and if I can create a brand like this out of nothing, $16,000, surely you can. But don't forget, your Father in heaven is rich as I don't know what. So you're already wealthy. You just need to be ready. And just know, I love to say you deserve it, because that's what you do. But I want to leave, Tracy, with a quote. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. And that's what I have to say. So you
fantastic. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm going to wrap this baby up. You have put a beautiful, deserved bow on a week of Live at Lunch. I am grateful to you. And I tell all of the viewers this very thing every time I connect with them, that you matter to me. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Here's a cyber hug from me to you. I want you to make sure that you make every day amazing, and above all else, live like it's a gift, because it truly is. I'll be back here Live at Lunch on Monday, and look forward to it. Have a blessed weekend and stay safe. Prayers to all those that are in the midst and path of Laura.